This is a Poeartistry Gold Moment by the author James Lynch.
Welcome to this Poeartistry Gold Moment, Perceptive Reader. There are some matters that you will talk about with another human being, and in this case, a human being who has a lot of knowledge, and they have a high degree of using that knowledge in the applicable ways and also with the right spirit. And if they find themselves not able to exercise that knowledge due to some type of conflict of interest, which may be only a few cases, they are still honest enough with themselves and with somebody else who they may be considering is a fair and balanced judge of this matter in these cases to let them know. Yes, make no mistake about it. I'm going to express a certain situation. And in one case, I'm saying, hopefully you could do this for somebody else. And then on another case, I'm saying, I hope you never really have to experience it on this level. What am I talking about? Well, sometimes people don't find out until later on, or if they find out at all, that there was an individual that was actually looking out for them through their ups and through their downs. And the reason why persons were looking out for them, or this individual was looking out for them, is because that individual still knew and understand aspects. Maybe you can put yourself in this situation of your personality that they really did have, I guess you could say, a well-rounded view of who you were as a person. And they also could understand, for a variety of reasons, it could be even their own background, the difficulties you would experience in life. And yet, this individual knew enough about you that what maybe in conflicts that you've had with others who totally had another view of you, it could even be skewed. In some cases, it could even be accurate. That person still knew enough about you where they actually was able to say, that'll just be another aspect of the growing pain. And they had confidence of what you were trying to do, what you will be able to accomplish. Now, I'm sharing this with you because this is what some individuals have found out even later. Some persons have gotten into situations that we just call blunders. You see what I'm saying? Just blunders. It just happens in life. It was not even too much thought given to it. But see, that's what happens. The reason why we have warning signs and reminders at times is why? Because we may not be giving too much thought towards this or towards that. And yet it could be a very, very serious situation. And yet those individuals who are looking out for you or I or what have you in those cases, they may actually go and put in the safeguards, the resources, or what have you, to still make sure if you slip or fall, you can pick yourself up and keep on going. All right. Now, why am I sharing this with you? Because there's been times where even individuals have had a falling out, maybe with this person or that person. And then come to find out, they're thinking that this individual may actually hate them in one way or the other, all the while not realizing an individual or individuals that were still looking out for them had already informed them, this is the situation, this is what the person is really battling with in this way or that way. And so if you can't be, considerate or considering it just for their sake, see, they end up still putting their own uplifting, their own relationship, so to speak, even with the grand creator themselves, to say, can you still at least hold it to my account to allow this person to just keep on going forward? See, individuals have made those types of pleas, if you will, for others. And it has happened quite a bit. Guess what? Where? Right even in the Christian congregation. And see, and that's what I just want to share with you today, that I told you, it's not even always the blunder that people ends up, having in life. It really still sometimes just boils down to the persons who are just willing to deal with it or to put up with it, so to speak, and to love or what have you. That is one reason why, see, even in the justice system, and this may help you to be able to understand this, you can actually have children, teenagers, who have done even bad things to their parents, stolen from them and everything, and the parent didn't even know it. But because somehow the law enforcement or the authorities found that TV that was stolen out the house, or I'm making a joke about that, but something that was still done against maybe even a store owner. Well, if the person is caught and they ask that store owner, do you want to press charges or not? Guess what? See, the pressing of charges is the difference between the full weight of the law or just maybe a fine or nothing at all. So sometimes the individuals who were looking on actually say, ooh, that person deserved more than just a slap on the wrist. You see what I'm saying? And yet the person who the crime was actually committed against was saying, no, I'm not going to press charges. See, there was exceptions to rules in that nature sometimes, but what I'm trying to help you to still see at times is it's not even so much of the crime, so to speak, at times. It is still the willingness of the individual who even may have been, you see, offended or robbed or what have you, to still be able to deal with a situation in this way or have a correct view. And so that's why I said before, when it even comes to respect for people or lack of respect or losing respect for someone, you know what? I'm telling you today, perceptive reader, and you've heard me say this, some of us, we don't look to lose respect, you see, for anyone. So what is it that sometimes causes another individual to totally lose respect for another, person in this way or that way? It is not normally what they do in everyday life, what they're saying in everyday life. You see what I'm saying? Whether they are generous or whether they just outright stingy. It still boils down often to how they may treat another individual. And especially if it's based on not receiving accurate information, whether they did due diligence or not to understand the scope of the matter and make a judgment from there. Not doing due diligence and getting a reputation for that, which ends up bringing about just wrong decisions left and right, wrong judgments left and right. That's what affects maybe some of our views of certain individuals. And it's not as far as even towards respect, because it's not so much of looking at their personality, you see, and trying to find out and say that whether they're a hypocrite or not. It is actually still just the way they may treat another individual or individuals, the practices of basically, like I said, strong in consideration, um, and lack of understanding towards the treatment towards certain individuals. But I just wanted to share that with you, and I hope you have a wonderful day.